Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
This is Mr. Chris Claremont, a legend.
Melanie goes,
Tired.
What's going on, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And join me today for my overview of Chris Samnee's Black Widow Artist Edition from IDW. So let's go ahead and get started. And welcome back, everybody. So before I go any further, a big thank you to IDW for sending us a copy of the latest artist edition, and that is Chris Samnee's Black Widow. And as always, they put it in this big, sturdy cardboard box. So when your cat, while you're out of the country, tries to get into the box, it will keep the book protected. So see, there is a reason for that. The ISBN of the book is actually here, and the retail price $150. And this shows you the cover, although they do have different covers on the IDW website, which I'll leave a link in the description of the video. So in case you're wondering about exclusive covers, it does come wrapped in plastic, just like the rest of the artist edition. So as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take it out of the said plastic. Here we go. I love this back cover here. Back in 2016 by Wade, Samnee, Wilson, Caramagna. Piece by Samnee. And then the front cover again by Chris Samnee. Cannot wait to open this because I love this particular book. And there you have the spine, the Marvel logo. Natasha there. Chris Samnee's Black Widow Artist Edition and the IDW logo there. And then again, in case you missed it, the Black Widow up here. Very nice. And then this sketch right there. All right, so we are going to open this book up and talk about, I guess, not really the stories found in here. We're going to look at the artwork. It is one of my favorite runs of all time on Black Widow, and to kind of give you an idea of just how much bigger this is than the actual art that it originally appeared in comic book format. Here it is next to the trade paperback. So yes, definite spoilers if you haven't read Mark Waid's and Chris Samnee's Black Widow. So let's go ahead and crack this book open. Okay, let's go ahead and crack this beautiful book open. I love the end sheets, and 9 times out of 10, I know they used different end sheets for the beginning and then the back. And that's what they did here. They blow up a particular frame. This kind of shows you exactly, you know, the amount of detail that comes to the inks here. Just beautiful. I love that. All right, Chris Samnee's Black Widow Artist Edition. And here's your credits right here. Who worked on the book. Of course, Scott Dunbier being a big part of this. And here is your introduction by the phenomenal Mark Waid, talking about how long he'd been writing comics and how much of a dream it was to work on this, even though he took it a little bit hard, like how was he going to write this particular story. He didn't know exactly where it was going to go, and then in steps in Chris Samnee. So here are the first 6 issues of Black Widow. So cover and art by Chris Samnee, and where you're going to find each and every one of these. Chris Samnee's Black Widow's Artist Edition is part of an ongoing series, one dedicated to showcasing extraordinary artists in a format as special as their work deserves. So this book has 192 pages. Here is the cover. And again, to kind of give you, I wanted to wait, but just to give you an idea of just how much bigger this is than the way it was originally printed, here we go. Of course, this is framed, but here, let's do it like this. There we go. And see, you see the Matthew Wilson colors here that were, of course, taken out of here. It's really interesting to see just how much colors can add even to facial expressions, such as that lady right there. So this has been scanned from the original art, and it is presented in the same way that the artist, the same size, the artist took to draw these particular books. It's got all the layouts, and we'll see some creative process in a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. I love seeing the marker right here. Whenever I think of inks like this, I always think of like perfected inks, like, oh, it's just black, so, somebody almost like digital inking in a way. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are several artists that use digital inks. Up at the top, you'll see like Black Widow issue number 1, page 11, and then Samnee 830-15 when it was originally drawn. And man, this is just a love, like, it's such a love project to be doing things like this. I got to interview Scott Doonbeer a couple of months, oh my gosh, almost a year ago now, talking about the process of like what it takes to scan these particular books and just how big of a scanner it is and how much it goes into it. And it's interesting just to hear somebody with that much passion and love for the art, right? Who himself is an art collector. And for someone like me, I own one piece of art, and it's actually my wife. My wife owns one piece of art, and that is an Alf page that was kindly gifted to us by Nick from Dynamite. So big thank you to Nick for that. But me, I've always wanted like original pieces of art. Actually, my wife is the only one in the family that no, I have animation cells. I have some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animation cells. But as far as like wanting original pieces of art, there are issue 34 of Wolverine I would love to own. The John Byrne era, any of those issues of Uncanny X-Men. And luckily, IDW has done an amazing job of coming out with artist editions of these runs, like John Byrne's X-Men. I would love to see Mark Silvestri's Wolverine one day, though. But this goes through Black Widow, the first 6 issues, and all by Chris Samnee. And you can see every amount of just detail in every one of these panels. Some things you may have missed whenever reading it because sometimes you get lost. And of course there is no lettering, right? It is just the piece of artwork that you're getting when it comes to these collections. Let's skip a little bit. So after issue 6, page 20, you get to see the table of contents and the extras. You have the cover layouts, issue 1 layouts, issue 2 layouts, 3, 4, 5, and 6 layouts. There's costume designs and then promotional designs. So you get to see the process of some of these. Oh, that is so freaking cool. I guess I'm so used to just digital art, and I've seen some digital art like this. But to see it actually pencil to paper, love it. There's a lot of true artist stuff there. This is actually the series that for me put Chris Samnee on the map, and I have followed his work so much throughout the years. Here's the layouts to the different issues. And let's skip a little bit through here because I don't want to spoil the whole thing. Now, the layouts are done with lettering, and that's probably due to the fact that Chris Samnee probably wants to know exactly what to draw and how much room to give the characters to manipulate his art a little bit for angles and things like that while still being crafty and artsy, because he definitely has one of those particular artists. And here we have the costume designs, which we saw in the table of contents, promotional stuff like house ads, and that is so badass. And then more of the promotional stuff, which of course we saw used back here. And then the biography on Chris Samnee. Now, if you want to know about the story, what this is about, then you can definitely check out my overview of this book right here. But let's look at the binding. It is sewn binding, 192 pages, printed in this thick matte paper, which completely absorbs all these blacks, and it just showcases the contrast between the light and shadows being used throughout the book. Another wonderful addition to these artist edition big books. Oh man, I can't wait to see the what's it, the Dave Cockrum X-Men book? Yeah, but that's it. That, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this book, don't forget to check out our sponsors.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, And you can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over 40 euros. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget, the CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And that was the content and page count and, of course, the build of the book, but more importantly, that big, beautiful artwork. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Let me know what other artist editions you would love to see IDW collect, which ones you want to see reprinted, and yeah, if you pick this one up. But that's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe.